stay down. It's still with Beck, and it's a goal for Middlesbrough. There's another chance for Middlesbrough. Ravanelli!
Good evening and welcome to the Granada Match Live. Stockport County are just 90 minutes from Wembley. It sounds simple enough, doesn't it? But it really isn't, because they start at Middlesbrough's Riverside Stadium tonight, 2 goals down, as we've just seen. Can they make it? Our studio guests are Joe Royal and Jim Beglin. Joe, not an easy place to go at any.
No, very hostile stadium, Elton, and 2 goals behind. It's a tall order for them. They'll have to be at their best with an early goal, I think, to give them any chance at all. But the cup, the mystery of the cup, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Jim, they've made a habit of coming from behind and then doing the impossible against Premiership clubs this season,
yeah,
so why not?
I think that's what stood him so well in the competition up to now, that everybody has played, no players have been carried, but I thought in the first leg they carried 3, maybe 4 players, and we saw what happened then. I think everybody's got to be in it together again tonight, committed.
Joe, from Middlesbrough's point of view, they're 2 games from 2 appearances at Wembley, and they're also fighting a relegation battle. Is that a good thing or a bad thing from that point of view?
I think morale-wise it'll do them the world of good, but I think if fatigue sets in or if they get any unnecessary bookings or injuries from these games, that's when it starts to be a problem, because they are firmly on the bottom of the table, and at the moment they've got a lot to do to get out of it.
Jim, do you think that's a distraction?
Well,
certainly in the Premiership, in the crusade to get away from the bottom.
Yeah, I don't think it'll matter tonight. I mean, Wembley is on the cards tonight for them, and they have a chance on 2 fronts now. And Brian Robson said it up to now. He doesn't want to take one or the other. He wants everything. He wants to get to Wembley on 2 fronts, and he wants to stay up. And I mean, he's got a strong lineup tonight. I think that says everything.
He's got everyone out, hasn't he?
Yeah. Very
briefly, Joe, do you think Stockport are in with a real shout?
I think it's going to be very hard for them, Elton. I'd love them to. I think David Jones has done a magnificent job, and they're a super little club, but it's going to be very, very hard for them tonight. And I think Middlesbrough also are coming into a bit of form at the moment.
OK, well, one way or another it could be very interesting. There could be extra time, there could be penalties. We'll have to wait and see. Middlesbrough against Stockport at the Riverside Stadium. Kevin Keegan and Brian Moore.
Well, it's certainly going to be a tough night for Stockport County, although, of course, we've said that before once or twice already this season. But here's the Middlesbrough side they face tonight, strengthened by the return of the Brazilian Emerson, while Stockport also now come face-to-face for the first time with another brilliant little Brazilian, Juninho. He missed the first leg in Stockport because of international calls. Mark Schwarzer, the giant goalkeeper from Australia, was ineligible for that cup tie at Derby at the weekend, but he returns. And of course Ravanelli is here, 25 goals to his credit in this splendid season. Stockport, though, they are battlers with a good deal of skill, and they'll enjoy this service at the Riverside. It's a good one. But on a night when they've got to go seeking goals to overturn that 2-goal deficit, it's such a shame for them that they miss their top scorer, Brett Angel, who's only a sub tonight. Brett has got a virus, and Andy Much takes his place alongside Alan Armstrong. And John Jeffers comes in down the wing in place of the injured Kieran Durkin. The referee tonight is Peter Jones from Loughborough in Leicestershire. 25 goals this season, and what's more important in the Coca-Cola Cup, 8 in Coca-Cola Cup ties. He's played just 5 of them. So you suspect it might be a very busy night indeed for the Stockport County goalkeeper Paul Jones, but he's had a tremendous season for the 2nd Division side. Little mascot, it's a really big night for him. Saw him before the game, Kevin. He was very nervous, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think they thought he was going to mistake him for Juninho at one stage. He's not very big, as isn't Juninho, but a big night for him, and as you say, a little bit nervous, but the hard work's over now and the game's about to start.
Now there's a man we're looking forward to seeing again. He missed the first leg, as I say.
He's an excellent player, and why they need him so much, I think, Brian, is because they lack width. They haven't got a real winger in the side. Hignett tries to do it. I think Mustall tried to do it tonight, or even Emerson. But this guy makes the breaks from midfield, and that's the key.
Stockport County in blue. And they've already, remember, put out West Ham and Blackburn and Southampton. Got a good record against Premiership sides, but it certainly is a huge task for them here tonight. So away we go. One step away, Middlesbrough, from their first ever Wembley appearance in the Coca-Cola Cup or an FA Cup. Never at Wembley in a major competition. Curtis Fleming down that left-hand side. Played in now to Ravanelli. Fleming again. Good challenge there that time by young Tony Dinning. Ravanelli again. They did so well in that first leg, Stockport County, on a very difficult pitch.
Yeah, they played very well that night. I think 2-0, although Middlesbrough created the clear-cut chances over the 90 minutes. It slightly flattered Middlesbrough. 1-0 was about right, Brian, and that second cushion, the goal that gave them the cushion, makes it a real stiff task for Stockport tonight. But as you rightly said, they've climbed mountains before, this team.
Pearson hitting it really long, and Dinning with a good clearance. Still only 21 years old, Tony Dinning. And there's Dave Jones, who's worked wonders at Stockport this season.
Case of keeping up with the Joneses tonight. We've got a Joneses manager, a Joneses goalkeeper, and a Joneses referee, Brian. So you can keep up with the Joneses, we'll be all right.
Emerson playing for Juninho. Buzz when he takes possession, and certainly why not? And a shot just wide from Beck. Banged against the crossbar or the post, and made without any question by little Juninho.
Terrific run here, and then he releases ball just at the right time. This is Beck's weaker foot, but what a shot. Hits the angle of bar and post and goes for a goal kick.
Good strike and an early scare. Pearson battling for this one with much. Up goes Juninho, beaten in the air that time by Todd. Up forward again for Middlesbrough. And this was gone for a free kick to Middlesbrough.
We've got Much playing up front instead of Angel, and that may cause all sorts of problems as well for Middlesbrough, because he is a goal scorer, he's a predator, and Alan Armstrong, we already know, can score goals, so there's plenty of threat there.
Emerson hitting it long, but again Middlesbrough. Oh, it's a bad mistake there. Juninho coming in, the shot goes wide. Well, Dave Jones, the Stockport manager, was talking to Kevin and I before the game. He said the problem is at this level, you make the slightest mistake and you're in trouble. And there was a mistake, and there's the trouble.
No doubt about it, whatever you think about the imports, Juninho is so exciting. When we played here in the fourth round, this was the guy for me who was the difference between the two sides, because he's so difficult to pick up when he's running at pace, and he's got such a low centre of gravity.
Emerson to Ravanelli. And Connolly gets it back to Paul Jones, the goalkeeper. Hit long towards Much. Armstrong trying to get in, but there's a free kick being given to Stockport County.
I was talking to you, Alan Armstrong, before the game, Brian. He's, as you know, I let him go from Newcastle 25 down. He's really looking forward to playing in this game. And players like him, will, if the atmosphere can give them a buzz, they could score goals and cause problems. He's capable of it.
And a little backward header, not causing any trouble there. Came from the little Portuguese Cavaco.
Looking forward to seeing him tonight. He had a very, very quiet game in the first leg at Edgeley Park. And, you know, everyone was saying what a good player he was. Well, maybe in the vast expanse of Ayresome Park, we just might see more of him.
Mark Schwarzer then with the kick for Middlesbrough.
Might even see more of him at the Riverside as well, Brian. I said Ayresome Park, didn't I?
Oh, that's going back, isn't it? A year or two. Getting on a great old Middlesbrough Stadium. What a lovely one they've got here now at the Riverside. Another free kick to Stockport. Tom Bennett, who had such a terrific game, and there's Much waiting for it. So the skipper's going to take it. Finding Armstrong, played in again, and a superb goal, and it's Connolly who scored it. An unbelievable start for Stockport County.
This is a quality goal. Great little ball into Alan Armstrong. Neat little flick, and the fullback keeps running. And a forward will be proud of this finish, Brian. Look at that. No chance for Schwarzer.
The first goal he's ever scored for Stockport. And it's in his 5th season at the club. And he's really set the cat amongst the pigeons now. Sean Connolly. Now it's going to be interesting. Now it's going to be really interesting.
Well, you know, for the neutrals, maybe a lot of people think it's over, but football's a strange game. I think we were talking earlier this afternoon about Karlsruhe against Brøndby in Europe. You know, Karlsruhe, one of the very good German sides, and they took a big lead at home and away and went home and lost it 5-1. It can happen.
And will Middlesbrough now have any self-doubts? I dare say they might, as Jeffers gets it along to Andy Much. Middlesbrough themselves, remember, as Kevin said, they've beaten Newcastle here. Look at this for another chance. This time it was Chris Marsden, and a very sharp angle. And a little fumble there by Schwarzer, giving Stockport County a corner. And this is not at all the way that Middlesbrough planned this evening. A fumble and a corner, which Cavaco will take. It was Beck who got it out, but not very far. And Tom Bennett who hit it way over the top.
We've been riding that bike too much that we gave him in the last match as man of the match, but he had a terrific game down there, and what impressed me about him was his calmness, and his feet were what we call very, very quick in football, you know. You look at Robbo now and he'll just be thinking, ooh, you know.
Could it happen? Could
it happen, yeah. I've been there, and of course in football it can.
And that will have given Stockport a terrific boost. Here's Armstrong. And another free kick for them. And still they pile on the pressure. And Dave Jones was saying to me only yesterday, said, they think we're dead, you know, and they think we're just going along for the bus ride. But I tell you something, he said, we've got a little sting left in us. Well, they've proved that already, but they haven't proved it very well with that free kick. It'll be a goal kick to Middlesbrough.
Well, that one didn't work. The first free kick it led to the goal. A very quick one into Alan Armstrong, and he turned it in for the fullback Connolly to score. And that time, just a little mix-up. But this guy's got a great left foot. Remember him when he went to Coventry from
Chris Marsden, yeah.
Yeah, he's an excellent player. Seems to always find time to play.
Pearson dragging the ball out himself. Juninho, they'll look more and more to him. That was a good challenge. Let him go by. Mustoe, Craig Hignett, Neil Cox. They've just been thrown a little bit out of their stride, Kevin, by that reverse.
They certainly have. They had a great start, 2 good chances, one at the bar, very unlucky from Juninho, and from Beck. And then Juninho sort of half wasted a half chance. And since then, it's been all Stockport.
Well, here's Beck, leading the challenge now for Middlesbrough. Again, that time by Todd on Ravanelli, Emerson, and now Fleming. Cut out again by the goal scorer, Connolly, and he's sending Armstrong away. It's a goal kick.
He's complaining. He might have a point.
Yeah, he might.
He might have just got to that ball. But the linesman, unfortunately, is on the blind side, but he's got decent pace, this lad. If you watch it here again, I think he maybe has got a little bit of a point. But what do you think?
Well,
difficult one.
Yeah.
Only the goalkeeper could have given it.
Yeah, I think it may have been a corner, but I can understand the linesman not being sure. Juninho tried to find Ravanelli, but Todd, who had an excellent first game at Edgeley Park, brings that away. But here's Juninho again. He was away playing for Brazil against Poland when that first game was played. Craig Hignett to Robbie Mustoe. Hignett again. Hit long towards Ravanelli. Oh, and it fell conveniently for Jones. John Jeffers hitting it down the line. Much beaten in the air by Pearson. Picking it again. Juninho.
I think the man who's just hit that long ball out there, Pearson, is very, very important to this Middlesbrough side. It's since he came back into it that they've put these cup runs together. They haven't been able to translate that so much into league form.
Now there's possibilities. Beck tries to find Juninho. Good save.
They get an awful lot of joy down in this inside right sort of position. That's the third time they've got in there. Twice with Juninho, once with Beck. And he'll maybe be disappointed with the finish. Hits it straight at the keeper.
Armstrong chasing this. Much is not far away. And Armstrong might well claim that he was pulled over there. Back to the header. Flynn with the clearance. Now Curtis Fleming. That's a free kick to Middlesbrough.
There's Robbie Mustoe. He's one of the unsung heroes, as we said down at Esley Park. You know, you can have the Ravanellis and the Emersons and the Juninhos and the Becks, but you need people like him just to soldier on and do. You know, they can't all be generals. Someone's got to stand on the pavement and clap as the generals go by on their horses, and he does that job.
Festa, the Italian. Neil Cox. Ravanelli. Juninho. Emerson. Pearson. Beck is pulled away to the far side there, but the slip allows Connolly to get in for Stockport.
They're a cheeky little side, Stockport, Brian. I mean, I was reading Dave Jones's programme now. He says we're coming here to play football, and they did at Edgeley Park. They played some super stuff early on, in particular, first 20 minutes.
Here's Juninho again. Couldn't find a way past Jeffers, the little chip by him, but Curtis Fleming should be able to take control of this for Middlesbrough. And certainly not taking any chances. Stockport, who had such a valuable victory against Bury in the second division last weekend, took them up to 8th. They're looking very much for the games in hand, looking very much at the very least for a playoff place.
This is the 51st game of the season here tonight for Stockport. That's an awful lot of football. They've still got plenty to play about.
Emerson's header, not a particularly good one. And it deflected at the Middlesbrough defender from Chris Marsden's far-pitch shot. Another corner to the second division side. Leading here 1-0 tonight, but 2-1 down on aggregate. With the corner. Keeper's coming for it. Showed some good handling in the first game. That was his first game in very difficult conditions that rainy night at Stockport. Oh, it's a poor ball. And Stockport were able to pounce on it. Connolly to Dinning, back to Connolly again. Tobacco. Connolly. Somehow Fleming kept it going. And onside there. Armstrong's waiting in the middle, if Much can find him. That time Festa was there. And the foul there as Curtis goes down. A clash with Tom Bennett.
will be delighted with the start, not just because they've scored the goal, but actually they've taken the game to Middlesbrough every opportunity, and they've got to do that when you're 2-0 down, and you know you've got to come out and you've got to throw caution to the wind, and there's no doubt about it. At the moment, they're the side that looks more likely to add to the goals than Middlesbrough, who've had 2 or 3 chances, but not really had any of the play so far.
What they've got to do is they've got to find a way of taming Juninho down this right flank. Here's Emerson at the moment. Juninho cut out easily by Todd. Tries to hit it up there towards Andy Much. There's a foul by Much on Festa. Andy Much, who had a good long spell in his career at Wolverhampton Wanderers.
He's been all over the place. He's always scored goals. I remember him getting goals, I think, at Swindon.
That's right.
Southampton at one time, I think. You know, he has been around.
Thought for a moment he was going to get in the referee's bad books there, something he'd said, but the free kick's now being taken again. Up towards Ravanelli, too high for him. Flynn bangs it away. Up towards Much, and that time the feet of the Stockport striker were too high. It'll be a free kick to Middlesbrough.
Haven't seen much of Emerson so far, Brian. You know, Juninho, yes. Emerson not quite found a way into the game yet. He's sort of bypassing midfield as far as Middlesbrough are concerned.
Emerson to Hignett. It's done well here. Beck. Juninho trying to get in there yet again. Musto. It's not a good ball.
They're just not into the stride, you know. It's difficult sometimes. You're 2-0 up. You got people like Emerson, who I think is close to suspension if he gets a booking, and Brian Robson will be a little bit worried. I mean, fortunately, there's a long time left in the game, and they've still got this cushion of a goal lead, but things are just not quite in sync for them, are they, at the moment?
And what I've seen of them, I don't know whether you agree with me, the last 2 or 3 weeks, the football they played Middlesbrough has been really very good indeed. I mean, they thrashed Derby here. They had a really good performance at Derby in the cup on Saturday, or Sunday. Was it Saturday or was it Saturday? And they played very well at Stockport in a very professional way, didn't they?
Yeah, you couldn't help but be impressed with them. Of course, I had first hand with when they beat Newcastle here, so I've been impressed with them all season, but you look at the league and you see them down there, and you start to question why. And one thing for sure, I mean, the defensive record is the worst in the Premiership, so that tells you the biggest problem. They've conceded too many goals.
Ravanelli.
You feel there's so much talent in the side, Brian. There is so much talent. It's inevitable they get away from it, but of course teams have gone down.
Free kick to Stockport.
With lots of ability in the side in the Premiership. I mean,
fouled by Robbie Musto on John Jeffers. Sorry, Kevin. Yep. Yes, when the battle's on, you've got to have a bit more than just ability, haven't you?
Yeah, you need everything to stay in this Premiership now. Then desperation comes in, and that's another thing. You haven't got to get too desperate, and that's, I think with the talent they've got, they probably won't. They'll play their way out of it, Middlesbrough. They'll have to.
Pearson up towards Juninho. Emerson. Juninho. Ravanelli's up ahead of him. Ravanelli persuading Juninho to make this break down the left flank. There's his cross coming in towards Mikel Beck.
Flynn did very well there. Flynn will relish this, you know. They're big games for these guys, but that's a great clearance, you know. I mean, he had to get in there, and he did. Great ball in from Juninho on his weaker left foot.
Sweeping it in here. And Mike Flynn just getting back to drive it wide of his goal for the corner to Middlesbrough. There's Flynn. Here comes the corner. Floated in there. Juninho might get something here. In the end, Stockport get it away. I think Middlesbrough might soon be making a substitution. It looks as though Clayton Blackmore might be coming on. Beck. And Todd, just for a moment, a threat that Ravanelli and Beck might just get in behind that Stockport defence, but it didn't happen. Jones with a long clearance up towards Andy Much, beaten in the air by Neil Cox. Emerson now, the Brazilian, came here from FC Porto. I wonder what he thought about last Wednesday night.
He thought, thank God I'm not with Porto anymore, Brian. I'm sure that's 4-0. It's a bit of a hammering, isn't it?
It is. Armstrong, Marsden. Jeffers got in well there. This is Marsden again on that good left foot of his, swinging it way across that Middlesbrough goal. Tobacco battling away, but Fleming, and now the substitution will be made. Robbie Mustoe will be coming off.
I can only assume he's injured. I mean, he's obviously pulled something. But in Blackmore, they've got the perfect replacement because he can sit in there and do the job while the Juninhos and the Emersons get on with it.
And after that long career at Manchester United, no shortage of big-time experience for Clayton Blackmore, teammate of the manager there.
He's another one who could have gone on, actually, put himself through. He could still play at this level.
Flynn has a good long throw, and that's it. But Emerson's equal to it on this occasion. Flynn playing it in, behind this time for the goal. Terrific captain, played for Oldham and had a spell at Norwich and then at Preston, and he joined them in 1993. We understand Mustoe's got a thigh strain. Neil Cox.
All sorts of things can happen as well, Brian. Only 3 subs in the Coca-Cola Cup, as we know. So you don't have quite the number on the bench and the chances to do things that you have at Premiership level.
And they haven't got a striker on the bench. Steve Vickers is the other one, and Ben Roberts is the goalkeeper. Ravanelli. Juninho, touchdown this time for Clayton Blackmore. Juninho. Lovely little rippling run, but lost out again as they come forward once more. Armstrong couldn't possibly get that ball from Lee Todd.
Just not going for Middlesbrough at the moment. They're trying little things, but you do feel, I always feel when Juninho picks it up like that and starts running at people and playing 1-2s, that it's so exciting to watch. I mean, I don't think he's been a sensation in the Premiership, but I think this year he's found his legs a little bit more. He needed that settling in period.
Tobacco on the far side. Armstrong. March is waiting. Schwartz's throw, finding Juninho. Away he goes. Jeffers after him. Lee Todd from nearby Hartlepool. Stopped the little Brazilian in his stride.
But what he does all the time, Juninho, he makes people make decisions, because when players run at you like that, you've got to decide whether you tackle or not. And of course, with the new rules and the yellow cards flying around like confetti, you know, he is a nightmare for defenders. They back off because they're scared of his pace, but also they're scared to mistime the tackles on him. Ravanelli's not at the best of starts.
I wonder if he's injured at the moment, Juninho. He's coming off for something.
I think he's dropped his necklace.
A medallion? Oh, it's a medallion.
It's a gold one.
Offside against Much.
Viv's going straight down to the pawnbrokers there, Viv Anderson.
That might be worth a bob or two, I think. But the people at Middlesbrough will say he's been a little gem here. You know, he's never complained about anything. It's a different culture, but he's got down to it. He's got stuck into the job, and he's given, as you say, very good value, particularly the latter part of this season after a settling in period.
He's a professional in every way. You know, he signed a contract and he'll fulfil it unless Middlesbrough don't want him to. I can't imagine that will happen.
Here's Ravanelli. Now Juninho. Emerson. Cut out easily there by Dinning.
Just the quality of the ball up to the front men has not been that good from Stockport in the last 10-15 minutes. They've had some good situations, but they've picked out the wrong player or knocked the ball at the wrong pace.
And there's the skipper saying, come on, we've got to sort ourselves out a bit here. Nigel Pearson.
Reminds me of Steve Bruce, that type of player. You know, when you see him in their side, you just think they're a little bit more compact and there's a lot of fight in there.
Oh, given away by Flynn. Ravanelli there. Beck stumbled for a moment. Still Ravanelli. Juninho on the far side. Deflected away. Good challenge there by Sean Connolly. Suddenly Juninho popping up on the left-hand side. Ravanelli knew almost instinctively he was there, but Sean Connolly has given himself a bit of a bang. Actually, he's a qualified physio, is Connolly, so
he can treat himself.
Treat himself.
Brings a whole new meaning to the word. I'm going to treat myself.
Here comes the corner. Connolly with a header away. Peyton Blackmore. Emerson gathers up. Just joined. It was a goal after 6 minutes by the fullback Sean Connolly. It's given Stockport the lead here tonight. They're still 2-1 down on aggregate over the two legs for a place in the final. Coca-Cola Cup at Wembley against Leicester City. Todd gets it back to Paul Jones. Cox with a header for Middlesbrough. Juninho. This is a great run. Oh, and the chance might come. And the referee has pointed to the goal kick. All Middlesbrough were looking and thinking, well, I wonder if he's going to give a penalty. Did Jones bring the player down?
This is close, I think, and you can understand why people... Great run again, commits people again, gets a lucky bounce, and it looks like he's going to do it. But actually, he's quite right, the referee. He knocks it onto Blackmore's feet, and it's a goal kick.
Armstrong. Here's Cox.
One of the problems Middlesbrough have, Brian, and maybe one of the reasons that they've not done so well in the Premiership, they don't have any width. They haven't got a winger as such on the books, from what I know of anyway. They've certainly never played one. And they get a little bit narrow, and that's why Juninho's so important making these runs from midfield. And of course he is good at that, but that's their only option from what I can see.
Fleming. Beck, well challenged and beaten by Connolly. Emerson again. Marsden's come to make him make a decision, so he plays it to Craig Hignett. Not forward, but Juninho, a little dummy by him. Ravanelli couldn't quite pick it up, but they put it back in the danger area again. And a goal kick.
Yeah, Todd did very, very well there, didn't he? I like this little player. I just said to Jones that I thought down at Stockport, both him and Bennett were outstanding for Stockport. And tonight he's under a little bit more pressure as a defender, and he does very well here. Out battles Juninho, never easy.
Nearly over of what's turning out to be a really engrossing cup tie here.
Fleming looks basic sometimes as a left back, but to be fair to him, he isn't naturally left-footed, and he does a great job. I mean, he very often plays there.
Plays on both flanks for them, doesn't he?
But he'd favour the right, I think.
Cross comes in, too high for much. With a throw. Juninho, a little touch. Juninho again. Oh, an obstruction there by Jeffers. Pearson finding Fleming. Back ball. Emerson. Hignett. Fox. Juninho. Juninho again. Juninho in a lot of space down this left-hand side, but it's back down the far side at the moment. And what's the referee giving here? Giving a throw. A bit of scuffling there on the byline, but I think he probably assessed that it was 6 to 1, half a dozen the other between Flynn and Beck. Fleming. And the ball banged just wide there by the Italian Festa.
Excellent effort, this one. Couldn't be more than, what, a yard wide. Lovely setup, this. And a great strike. Keeps it low. Goalkeeper would have been worried, Brian.
Fleming's header. Free kick to Stockport. Cries of anguish from the Middlesbrough fans.
No, they're a little bit frustrated, they're very quiet, because 1 minute you're coming to celebrate what you think is going to be a nice, easy victory, and then suddenly Stockport score, and the doubts creep in with the crowd, just like it does with the players.
It's on the left foot of Chris Marsden. Floated in there, but Pearson, I think it was, got that one away. Todd playing it for Bennett. Marsden again banging it in with the left foot towards Much. Armstrong's in there too.
Could also have a reverse situation where Stockport start thinking, goodness gracious, we could get something out of this game, and a little bit of fear comes in with them. Hold on, we've got 60, 70 minutes. I mean, they scored after 6 minutes. You know, we've got plenty of time to get a goal and maybe go into extra time, you know, so all sorts of mind games go on at this stage.
Linesman's flagging. A foul on Beck. Free kick to Middlesbrough. Actually, Middlesbrough may well have preferred for the game to have gone on there, because Beck had got himself quite a nice angle.
Well, the linesman assistant, as now called, interfered when actually the referee had just waited a couple of seconds. I think advantage would have been preferable for Middlesbrough.
So Ravanelli's over it, Hignett's over it, and Juninho's over it as well. Emerson's in there, Beck's waiting. It's going to be for Juninho. It's driven in, it's deflected away, and suddenly a break could be on for Stockport. It's with Andy Much. Tobacco's gone streaking down this left-hand side. Bennett's waiting in the middle. Juninho. Oh, hello. Todd and Juninho. There were arms raised there.
Wasn't a heavyweight clash though, was it? The two of them are not 5'4" between them. But nothing, just handbags at 10 paces really.
But daft for all that. So stupid.
Yeah, the referee's just looking over and saying to him, hey, you know, what's all that about? Good refereeing, didn't stop the game because it didn't really merit that. But the two of them couldn't knock each other out, Brian, that's for sure.
Beck, Danish player. Curtis Fleming hitting it long towards Ravanelli. A little header. Juninho, back to Ravanelli again, back to Juninho again. Hignett's made a little break as well. Down the right flank is Fox. Hignett's shot. Is it going to be? No, it was Todd who got right in there. A last-ditch clearance this time for Stockport. It's a free kick.
He's been quiet, Beck, first 20 minutes, 25 minutes of this game. Just come into it a little bit of late. But he's sort of having to fill in that left-hand side, and I still think he's better down the middle. He's a very strong boy.
Middlesbrough throw. Middlesbrough ball. Emerson. Juninho. Hignett. Juninho. Losing it though. Bennett. Marsden trying to get there, but Blackmore got there first. Juninho. Ravanelli. Juninho's little touch. Emerson. Juninho. Emerson. Real Brazilian duo forming there. Oh, and Hignett shot.
I don't know who's in the crowd just to the right-hand side of that post, but they've had about 3 smacks in the face now because every chance seems to come in the same area. Great strike this from Hignett. I think it's a little bit further away than we thought, but what a hell of a power. Oh, it's not, it's close. I don't think the keeper, Jones, would have got it if it had gone inside the post.
Emerson hasn't really been on song yet tonight. Much. He did a good job there, finding the header to John Jeffers. Twisting and turning, looking to try and get the ball in there. Goodness, it skewed off a combination of Armstrong and Fester, I think it was, into the arms of the keeper. Ravanelli's header back. Bennett. Armstrong chasing. Pearson there, but a Stockport throw.
I would have thought the two managers, Brian Robson, will be waiting for half-time to come and say, hey, come on boys, you know, we can pass it better than we've passed it. We certainly got to step the pace up when we're playing, and you know, we've got to get Juninho even more into the game because he's a threat, but Davy Jones will want one half-time to come.
This looks better. Marsden, good left foot. Cross comes in. Armstrong almost got on the end of it. And it flicked, in fact, off a defender. And Dave Jones looks warmly towards the way his side are playing, because they're playing well. Got themselves that corner there.
Fleming did very well, didn't he? At first I thought the referee had made a mistake, but Fleming got in, just give him a little shove within the rules of the game in that area and got it clear.
Now, what are Stockport going to do here? That's a good corner coming in and a good catch. And a good throw. But not quite good enough to find Juninho. Flag up for an offside.
I think Stockport are really enjoying themselves out there. You know, when players come to stadiums like this, I mean, we saw really, if we needed to know what the difference was between Premiership and the lower leagues, I mean, going to Edgeley Park, lovely little ground as it is, and then coming here tonight, vast difference. But actually out on the pitch, despite the amounts of money spent, at this moment in time, after what, 39 minutes nearly, they've been equal to Middlesbrough in almost every department, haven't they?
They have indeed. It's the old saying, if a stranger came in, you wouldn't know which side was the Premiership and which was the second division side at the moment. That's how good Stockport have been. They're leading by 1-0, but 2-1 down on aggregates. No advance there for Fleming. Some terrific tackling back there by Andy Much. Back today in the corner. Hignett's going out that way to take it. Fester and Pearson are coming forward.
I always think Pearson's a major threat because he's brave. You know, they've got plenty of height. They could cause Stockport problems from these sort of situations. They haven't as yet. They could, though. Ravanelli,
of course, is in there too. But it was the fist of the goalkeeper that brought a bit of relief for Stockport, and a long ball for Much to chase. Fleming did well. Blackmore. Pearson banging it forward. Well, it's only 5 minutes to half time now. Ravanelli. Banged away by Connolly. Emerson. Fleming. Blackmore. Juninho. Little bobble, but he controlled that beautifully. Beck with the cross. And in the end, Tony Dinning, as he was falling, just managed to scramble out away for the corner. And this is Middlesbrough now getting up ahead of steam as we come towards half-time. Fox has again gone to the near post. Ravanelli in there, Pearson in there, Emerson in there. Juninho is hovering. Ravanelli's header.
Now he's unlucky there. He's got this unbelievable knack of just finding space where there doesn't seem to be any, and he does it again here. It's not that far wide, but full back on the post. He's got it covered.
Jeffers, Marsden. Nice methodical play again here by Stockport County. But Todd's forward pass goes into touch for a throw to Middlesbrough. So what does Brian Robson say at half-time? As you say, up the tempo a bit?
Well, I won't use the language you might use, but I would say it'd be a little bit disappointing because you always want your side to play well, and you want them to go and finish this tie-off, you know, in style. But in the real world of football, it doesn't always happen that way. And he'll be saying to me, look, boys, you know, we haven't played well, but we've caused them some problems by not playing well, so let's step it up.
Ball spun viciously there and caught, I think it was Tony Dinning on the hand. The referee looked hard at it, and he was well placed, to be fair.
Would have been very, very harsh,
yeah.
But probably technically he could have given a penalty, Brian. It did hit his hand, it seemed.
Hignett. Still Stockport hold out. Leading by 1-0 tonight, 2-1 down on aggregate. But who knows what twists and turns remain in store for us. Neil Fox has been a winner in this tournament with Aston Villa. A free kick to Middlesbrough. There'll be a Dane waiting in there somewhere. There'll be an Italian waiting in there somewhere. There'll be a Brazilian waiting in there somewhere. Craig Hignett's in there as well. Pearson's free kick. Beck's header, and a very good one! Hits the crossbar, and Jones was a little lucky there. He hung that little bit off his line and was desperate to get back, couldn't quite make it. And it was an excellent header by Beck. And suddenly here is Stockport. And much saw tobacco on that far side. There could be problems here for Middlesbrough. Marsden was not able to gather up that one, and suddenly it's Middlesbrough streaming away again in the last minute of the first half. Tobacco. Nice little 1-2 played there, and in the end Fester gets it away. It's a terrific header by Beck.
Yeah, and the keepers and also, so he does actually get a good save on it in the end. He's watching it thinking it's going wide, and then he realises it's actually going to go inside, and in the end he did very well to keep it out.
Crossed in now to Armstrong, played back to Tobacco, and now for Marsden. Well, he want to get that on the left foot, he has. He's driven it, but straight into a red shirt. And Middlesbrough get it away. Bang back again by Todd. This is a good little spell now. Jeffers couldn't get it as he wanted to on the right foot.
Well, you've got to take your hats off to this Stockport side. They've come here, virtually written off by everybody, and they've got themselves back in the game. And you've got to admire that. You know, they don't possess the tremendous talents that are in this Middlesbrough side, but they've worked hard for each other, and they've caused Middlesbrough their fair share of problems here tonight already.
Well, as As Dave Jones, the manager, said, we've still got a sting about us. Don't write us off. We've not just come for the ride. And they proved that with that goal after 6 minutes by Sean Connolly, the fullback. And a very good move it was, with a terrific finish. And Middlesbrough haven't been able to draw level. The Stockport fans were delighted. There's a slight worry in the face of Middlesbrough fans. But that's the situation here at Riverside. It's 1-0 to Stockport on the night, but 2-1 to Middlesbrough overall.
Johnson brings it forward on the far side. In the middle, little shimmy. Intercepted by Dick.
Come on, West Ham!
My visual disability doesn't really get in the way of going to West Ham, providing James or Scott are commentating to me.
Come on, Ref!
He's got to score. Everyone here, tell me what's going on. This is what Dix has got the ball. It's complete mayhem. Dix has put it down.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you.
The world of Hookah is constantly challenging. One always tries to be at the cutting edge of design.
My business bocker was an instant classic, but these days my inspiration comes literally straight off the street.
The Worthington Commission was a marvellous opportunity, and to allow full enjoyment of the velvety smooth dream of a pint, the fit had to be loose.
But above all, these are real clothes for real people to, in reality, wear in the real world, really.
My models adore the clothes, and I'd feel so mean taking them back.
Oh no, how are we going to sort this lot out?
Don't worry, Mr. Jones.
All these other insurance companies.
We'll do all that.
I'll have to take a day off going around garages getting estimates.
No, leave that to us.
But we still have to get it picked up.
No, we'll get it picked up. No problem.
When do we have to come and get it?
Don't worry. We'll deliver it back for you.
I wonder if it'll be
cleaned inside and out and looking like new.
Well, it certainly looks good.
It's better than that, Mr. Jones. All the work is covered by a 3-year guarantee.
For easy, low-cost motor insurance...
Better talk direct to Direct Line.
I've got the money.
Vienna, tomorrow.
Where now?
The Mitsubishi Charisma doesn't need an implausible plot shot by an overpaid director. The Mitsubishi Charisma. Some cars have it, some don't.
Excuse me!
Prescription sunglasses have always been a luxury. At Vision Express, they're free.
There's a special offer on at Vision Express.
I bought this pair and I got these free sunglasses.
For fly fishers.
I would definitely wear them on the beach. They have UV protection. Protect my eyes.
Vision Express have a lens manufacturing lab in every store.
It was very convenient. I got both pairs during my lunch hour.
It was very quick and very efficient. I think it looks brilliant.
Free prescription sunglasses with full UV protection from Vision Express.
First Direct. We never close.
This seems to me your most haunting encapsulation of an alienated universe.
No, it's just a load of cods.
And welcome back. Well, certainly so far so good for Stockport. Joe, wouldn't argue with that.
Great start. I think Dave Jones will be delighted. He'll be saying more of the same, except be a little bit more careful in front of your own penalty area, because Stockport have given Borough a couple of chances by sloppy passing there. But if they get to terms with Juninho and they cut out the silly mistakes around their own box, they're in with a great chance.
I mean, we thought it was going to be a massacre to start with, Jim. Middlesbrough kicked off like a house on fire. Juninho in particular, as Joe mentioned there.
Yeah, and Stockport kind of brought some of it on themselves. I don't know whether they were a little bit nervous, but Juninho, I think, is the one they've got to stop. This was a great run, flicked the ball to Beck, and I think really he's done everything right. He's just unlucky to see it come back off the post, but Paul Jones was well and truly beaten.
Got wonderful awareness, Joe, hasn't he, Jorginho, around the penalty area?
He's a great talent. If there is a weakness in this game, it's probably his.
That's what you're talking about, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in here, and realistically, he should be pulling that across the goal. If he's missing him, he should miss on the far side. But a great talent, and whilst a few people are sliding about on the pitch, his low sense of gravity is keeping him on his feet, and he looks a terrific act.
Yeah, yeah, Bambi on ice. But after 5 minutes, Jim, A up, as they say in Stockport. Yeah. Game on.
Yeah, I mean, Middlesbrough were asleep really on it, but Stockport won't complain with that. There's a touch that maybe he's handled it, but I don't think it was intentional. It seems to just come up and hit him. But hasn't he struck it so well? I just wish I'd put a few bob on him for the first goal, because the odds on him must have been huge. Just see, it comes up here, and I think it catches his right arm. But what a great strike that was.
What do you think of that, Joe? Do you reckon there was a...
Yes, it was a hint of an arm about it, but nevertheless, it's all happened so quickly, and there's bodies in front of the referee. I think what you can see there is Emerson's not quite sure what to do. He looks to me like a lad tonight worried about that final booking.
Yeah, because if he gets booked, he misses the final.
Yes, I mean, he's not really been in the game as we know he can play tonight. It's all been down to Juninho, really, and as the game opens out more second half, they're going to have to watch him even closer. But fair play, Stockport have done terrifically.
I mean, it is Juninho, really, throughout the first half, Jim. He's the only guy, really, who was actually hurt, Stockport, apart from, you know, hurting themselves, as Joe pointed out.
And I think the longer the second half goes on, I think it's up to Marsden and Bennett, the guys playing the centre of midfield, to stop this kind of thing. I mean, there's a few lucky breaks here, and it eventually... It falls to, is it Beckham? Clayton Blackmore, the substitute, coming through on that one again. But the keeper's done ever so well, because this has to be timed to perfection. But again, it's very hard to stop him when he's running like this. And when it breaks, Paul Jones simply has to get there and play the ball. And he does, and wins a goal kick for his troubles. Excellent keeping.
Actually, Middlesbrough, Joe, actually finished quite strongly, didn't they, in the last 10 minutes? Another couple of good chances there.
They did, and it's all coming down the middle through Juninho. They have no great width, because they have a right-footed left-back who doesn't particularly get forward an awful lot, and the right-back's quite static. But everything, as you see, is short, sharp into passing down the middle, great one-touch and two-touch football, and then a set-up for Hignett, who's a great striker of the ball, and that could have been one of the goals.
Yeah, so that was really cute. Jim, what about Beck's header against the bar at the end there?
Well, I think Paul Jones was actually a little asleep on this, because he just seemed a wee bit off his line, a wee bit too far of his line, and at one stage I thought, well, he wasn't going to get there. He was beaten for the header, it caught him out, but again they were fortunate, rode their luck, came back off the woodwork. But I mean, great to go in half-time now, 1-0 up. Dave Jones will say, same again, win the second half, even taking it into extra time, and we can hang on as Leicester did last night.
OK, we'll talk again very shortly. Right now, with the score, Middlesbrough 0, Stockport 1, but 2-1 to Middlesbrough on aggregate. We're going to take a short break.
Everyone's hypnotised, lot of spectators on, but games unified. There's nothing left to glass and stone. Spare me some change, buy me a new.
Win MTV Snowball shirts and snowboards, massive amounts of Sprite and snowboarding lessons at the Big Air Party weekend. Obey your thirst, Sprite.
Lucky numbers, it's great. Hey, even I play at home, and you can too. Get your free Lucky Numbers game card with the Mirror on Friday. So, watch my show on Friday evening and circle the numbers when they come up. You could win thousands of pounds. Get your free Lucky Numbers game cards with the Mirror on Friday.
Ronseal floor varnish. Easy to apply and makes wooden floors beautiful
and tough. Ron Seal floor varnish. It does exactly what it says on the tin.
In 1980, tickets for the Russian ballet were in great demand. But the ballet wasn't the main attraction. Making its Moscow debut was the smooth taste of Heineken Export. Heineken Export, the world's favorite import.
If you save for a pension with Prudential, you'll get 85 Prudential fund managers, 5 Prudential dealers, and 26 Prudential analysts, all dedicated to creating the best possible returns from the safest possible investments. So that when you retire, we hope there's even a little mad money. I'm Peter Davis, head of Prudential. Part of my job is to keep your dreams alive.
Peter Davis, the man from the Prue.
Sorry I'm late. What a day.
It's all right, don't worry about it.
I think I'll have the Cajun chicken. Yeah, just reading it gives me heartburn.
Here, have one of these.
Pepsid.
When you sense you're about to suffer from indigestion or heartburn, just one tiny Pepsid AC could stop it before it really starts.
So that means... Ready to order, sir. Is your Cajun chicken spicy?
Yes.
Good. I'll have that.
You could be heartburn-free with new Pepsid AC.
Welcome back. Well, whoever wins between Middlesbrough and Stockport tonight will play Leicester City at Wembley in the Coca-Cola Cup final. This is what happened at Selhurst Park last night.
Back to their roots, and that route is route 1. Jones towards Gale. Forced a mistake from Watts. This is Marcus Gale. Oh, driven through Keller, and Wimbledon are in front. Fantastic shot by Marcus Gale. Right through the Leicester City goalkeeper, to use a cricketing term, beaten for pace. Parker with a free kick. It's towards Grayson, it's in! An equaliser from Simon Grayson. And it has been coming.
It's a magnificent balling from Gary Parker, and it's an equally magnificent header. That is a great header from Grayson. That is a brilliant header.
Yes, Leicester threw on the away goal rule. Did that surprise you, Joe?
Not really. Leicester doing very well this year. Very hard to beat, very hard working side, and fair play to Martin. He's put together a good side, a good Premier side.
In a sense, going back to our game tonight, Jim, at the Riverside, has Dave Jones got a more difficult job than Brian Robson at half-time? In so much that, I mean, really, he's got to say, carry on, boys, whereas Robbo's clearly got to do something about it.
No, I don't think it's more. I think Dave Jones would have liked to have been in a position to be able to say that. I think Brian Robson's got to G them up and got to get him playing a bit more, because as Joe said before, everything Middlesbrough are doing are through the middle, and I think they're playing into the hands of the Stockport centre-backs, Flynn and Dinning. But Dave Jones will say, you know, you just carry on with that again in the second half. It's far easier for him.
Would you mark Juninho if you were in Dave Jones's position?
I think it's easier said than done, because Juninho goes all over the show, and you'll find that you'll pull holes then, and maybe Emerson will come onto a game, and maybe Ravanelli will find more space than Hignett. So you can't really do that.
OK, right, well, there we go. It's 1-0 to Stockport County. It's them to kick off, going from left to right in this second half. Kevin Keegan and Brian Moore are the commentators.
So we get the second half underway, and it stays this way, remember, with Middlesbrough leading 2-1 on aggregate. Middlesbrough go through to Wembley to face Leicester in the Coca-Cola final, their first ever appearance in a major tournament at the old stadium. The thing in their favour actually is that they've played 10 cup ties this season, both FA Cup and Coca-Cola Cup, and have scored 34 goals, believe it, and 3.5 per cup tie. Well, they need to keep that ration going now to put their minds at rest, to make sure they ease their way through to Wembley. But Stockport are battling on, leading 1-0 here on the night, remember. Marsden playing it wide to Jeffers.
He's worked very hard tonight, much, hasn't he? He's not got tremendous pace anymore, but he certainly wants to get involved and wants to put his mark on this game. And the ball needs to be into his feet. Then he can cover it up and do the things he's good at.
Had 6 good seasons at Wolves, as you know, alongside Steve Bull. He went to Swindon. Actually, he made his mark on this tournament this year because he came on as a substitute at Southampton, if you remember, and scored with his very first touch to put out Graham Souness' side. Andy Much, now 33 years old.
In my early days at Newcastle, him and Steve Bull ran right against us down at Wolves and scored 6 between the two of them.
Really? So a mistake there involving Emerson. But Fester's battling away here against Armstrong. And the man from Sardinia gets the ball away, not very far. Schwarzer with the throw. And a good one it is. Straight to Juninho. 3 against 4 as Middlesbrough comes surging forward. Ravanelli has gone away out to the right there. Shrugs off that challenge from Marsden. Gets the cross in. Beck with a header, but it's wide. Good break.
This is good play. Great ball in with his weaker foot. Super header. Just off target. Much better start for... They started the first half off really well for about first 3 or 4 minutes and lost the way. Brian Ross will be hoping that that's going to be the pattern for the rest of the 42 minutes, whatever's left.
Much took a bang on the leg there. Tobacco causing Fleming a few problems. Much is still down and in a lot of pain, clutching his right knee.
Yeah, that was painful. You know, that's bone to bone there, Brian.
Yeah. Well, what Dave Jones has got, of course, he's got Brett Angel on the bench. Brett's not been feeling very well with a virus. Roger Wilde, the physio, doing his best to get Much ready again. Yeah, Fester just caught him. I think it was Fester, was it, or was it Pearson?
Right below the knee. That really painful because that's right on your bone, you know, and he'll limp on. He doesn't want to go off. He's got to under the rules. I think I've said before many times, but this is the worst rule they've fetched in. They've fetched some very good ones in. Why on earth he has to walk off to walk back on again? It actually delays time and actually defeats the object of it for me, because you know he's going to come straight back on. He's going to put his hand up. Look. The referee's going to wave him on. Not a good change in the rule. Got to be looked at, that one.
Paul Jones with a clearance for Stockport. Up goes Pearson. Foul on him, a free kick to Middlesbrough. Emerson with it, sweeping it to this side to Fleming. Down the line to Mikael Beck. Fleming. Ravanelli. Beck again. Hignett. Here's Lee Todd. Back to his goalkeeper, Paul Jones. Great bang upfield there. Good jump by Pearson. Bennett tangling there with Emerson. And a free kick given.
Saw the strength of Emerson there. I feel that of all the foreign players, he's got the strength to play in English football. He doesn't like that. He's been very, very quiet so far tonight, though. That's got to be said.
And all the time it stays this way. Middlesbrough, although they are heading towards Wembley, can't rest easy. Bennett again to Cavaco. He made a little break for him. Here's Connolly, who made that break in the 6th minute to take that pass and score a really excellent goal. There's his cross coming in. Schwarzer gathering it.
He'll be more famous than Sean Connery if he can get another one. Never mind Sean Connolly. A terrific strike, you know. Any striker in the world, Ravanelli would have been very proud of that strike. It was a terrific finish. You know, you don't expect fullbacks to finish like that too often.
That's right. Here's Emerson. Into Ravanelli. And the corner for Middlesbrough. Keating claimed that Ravanelli was pulling his shirt. The referee's given the corner here for Middlesbrough, which Hignett will take. All the big men from the back are forwards. Cox is one of them, suggesting he wants a little flick on, which he's got. There could be a problem here, and the fist of Paul Jones at least earns a little bit of respite, and a goal kick.
Did very well there, the goalkeeper, because it's Pearson he was tangling with, and you know, Pearson's a man mounted. Great flick on here at the near post, and this gives all sorts of problems, and Pearson stands his grounds, and the keeper has to be brave and he has to be strong.
Marsden, faced by Emerson. Stockport get it. Bennett playing it. Jeffers on the far side, and now Lee Todd, and suddenly the second division side are springing forward again, and Armstrong very nearly was able to finish that. It would have been a difficult one, but it was still a very interesting ball played in there by the fullback.
They've got this tactically just right, Stockport. You know, they're not throwing caution to the wind. They find themselves 1-0 up with an opportunist goal, and they feel that in the next 40 minutes, 30-odd minutes that are left of this game, they could sneak another one.
Tobacco. The weight and the strength of Curtis Fleming got it away, though, for Middlesbrough. Ravanelli offside. Good decision. Whatever Ravanelli says, and he'll dispute the point because that's Ravanelli. And he gets a smile from the linesman. Sorry, referee's assistant. But the man with the flag was right. Trying to turn that on. Fleming getting it back to Schwarzer. That was a miscue by him. Could be a problem yet here. No, Armstrong couldn't get to it before Cox, and Cox bangs it away up here to Beck. Beck's headed to Juninho. No, Flynn got there first. Mistake by Fleming. Much playing it in. Marsden, and on the far side is Todd. He's not finished yet. His cross is not a bad one, and Schwarzer gets down from Much's header.
Well, I felt that Much here should have headed it back across, but great work again from the fullback. Good ball in. I felt he should have had this back across the box, but he fancied his chances of beating Schwarzer, but he needed to make better contact than that, Brian, didn't he?
He did. Fullback's done well again there, just playing that little ball forward. Here he is again, playing it for Marsden. And here's the fullback Todd again, playing it forward this time for Armstrong, who's come back to help out, and I think gets a free kick from that foul by Emerson.
He doesn't want to be doing too much fouling, Emerson. Maybe one of the reasons he's been so quiet tonight is, you know, he doesn't want to book in.
He's had 2 yellow cards in this tournament. If he gets another one, he misses the final. That's if Middlesbrough get there. Tobacco. Lobbed it there, lovely. Marsden taking it in his stride. Oh my goodness, and he went in on the keeper there, and Middlesbrough are aggrieved. He definitely went in on the keeper, Schwarzer. And the referee looking to sort that out.
You know, I could understand what he did there. I think he thought the keeper was going to come at him, and he went in. There's no doubt about it, it's a foul, but I'm not sure that Marsden meant to do this. You know, I would give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe book him. Please don't send him off, ref. He has a lunge, you know. Oh, it's late though. Oh, it is late.
Well, he's got a card out now. What colour it is, we shall see in a moment. It's a yellow.
It's a right decision, Brian. I mean, obviously, you know, he's gone in on the keeper and it is a foul, but I really think the referee's right to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's been a good, clean game, hasn't it?
It has.
Look, he lunges because he thinks the keeper's going to come, but
oh yeah, it's a bad one.
Yeah, well done, referee. I still think he's right, but close one.
Goalkeepers Union might disagree. Bob Wilson probably would have a word with you about that, I think.
They're getting soft, these goalkeepers, Brian, you know. Remember in the old days when you come bundle them over the line?
Here's Fleming. Here's Emerson. I think also Marsden saw suddenly an opportunity that might be a 2-0 advantage. And here he is again. Bennett. Now Armstrong. They're playing well at the moment. Just kept in play. And the linesman's given a Middlesbrough throw. Crisis yet for Middlesbrough, but it's a situation they could well have done without. Came here tonight, I'm sure their fans did at any rate, thinking this, as Kevin was saying earlier, it's going to be a night of celebration, and it's a bit of an edge of the seat night instead. Flynn playing it wide, without a play. Fleming's throw. Fleming playing it in, flags up for an offside against Ravanelli.
The crowd here at Riverside are trying to lift Middlesbrough. You know, nothing much is going right for him. Not for Ravanelli, not of late for Juninho, certainly not Emerson. And Hignet's been quiet, Beck's been quiet. And consequently, they've gone a little bit quiet. But just the last couple of minutes are trying to get them going. And that's what supporters are all about. You've got to lift your team sometimes.
To be fair, the Stockport fans in the blue strips on the behind Schwartz's goal,
they're enjoying
as much noise as anybody. Yeah, it's a real night out for them.
They've come to a lovely stadium here, and they've come and they're having a crack, aren't they?
They are. And here's Armstrong trying to get a mistake out of Festa, and does so to the extent of a corner. Flynn's gone forwards. Dinning's forward. Flynn, here comes the corner, floated in again, flicked on again, and Ravanelli gets it away. Juninho, almost the first time he's touched the ball in this second half. Ravanelli's made a terrific break through the middle for him, and Fleming's up there as well, Hignet's up there as well, but it's all Juninho at the moment. Hignet playing it on. Oh, and he played it back there, and it's over the top. Juninho has missed a golden opportunity.
Well, Tony Dinning makes a dreadful mistake here. I think, no, it might be Bennett, I'm not sure, but dreadful mistake, heading it back. Little flick up from Hignett, not caused a lot of trouble here, but he heads it back in. It might be Flynn. What a chance.
That might give Middlesbrough some momentum now. It's got the crowd on their feet running around as Ravanelli plays it wide again, this time to Juninho. That's a foul. That's a free kick. Middlesbrough keep up the pressure. A foul by Cavaco, the Portuguese player. Pearson's up from the back. Beck and Ravanelli are in there. Hignett too. It's going to be Juninho. Taking Blackmore's there too. Juninho's free kick. Well taken by the keeper as Ravanelli came in. This was the chance again, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Flynn, the captain, who...
and he does everything right, but he just over-hits it, touches the top of the net, and that's got to be counted as a real golden opportunity for a player of his calibre. For someone like me, Brian, I'd be quite pleased with that.
Now Beck chasing, but he's got Todd to contend with. And the little fullback has hardly put a foot right all night.
What age is he, Brian? 25 or something like that?
He's 26.
26.
Sorry, no, he's 25.
25. He's been superb in both games, and a lot of people, I'm sure like myself watching him, who looked around the division, you wouldn't see much better than that at left back. He's done everything right.
Cavaco, stopped by Fleming. Looking to get it going again. Blackmore. Oh.
They're sensing that they can get something even more out of this game, you know, and Brian Robson will be thinking, no, it can't happen to me. You know, he'll be looking around thinking there's so many players can give me not more effort, but a little bit more patience, a little bit more passing ability that they've got, you know.
Here's Beck. Ravanelli's gone on a run. Kinning's gone with him. Ravanelli turns. No foul. Goal kick. Good decision, Rev. And Jeffers, I think, telling Hignett, you're a diver.
Well, it's a good little ball, but it's just strength here, and this is a shoulder charge for me, and, you know, I don't know what the complaints are about.
Referee is right.
Definitely.
Referee was 100% right.
He's also right to talk to the two of them, because he's controlled this game very well as Peter Jones. He's allowed it to play the goal when he can, but he's always gone over the players quietly, not for the cameras, not for anybody else, and just done his job very efficiently.
Flynn playing it forward again. Emerson. Long ball. And this time Flynn is accurate with his header. Knows just where he's putting it. Hignett hitting it long. The flag stays down. Ravanelli's after it, but Paul Jones gets there first. Juninho, Ravanelli, Hignett. Pearson, and now Emerson. Fleming's taken up a good position. Emerson found him too. Now for Hignett. Well-driven shot, pushed away well by the keeper. And also Lee Todd in there very quickly, used his head well in every sense to just cushion that little header back to his goalkeeper.
This is a tremendous strike, Brian. Another great strike, but unfortunately it's straight at him. But the keeper, look at the swerve on it. He does very well to get something in front of it. Not the biggest Hignett, but he packs a powerful old shot on him.
Middlesbrough throw. The atmosphere's building along with the tension here. It is a curious situation really, isn't it? Because if it stays this way, Middlesbrough go through, and yet they're on tenterhooks, fearing that Stockport might embarrass them yet again with a second goal that would then take it to extra time.
Well, you know, Dave Jones will be sat down there thinking, oh, why did we give away that late scrappy goal in the home leg? You know, we're right back in this tie. But it's no more than they deserve on the night. I mean, he'd be delighted, not just with the effort, but the way they've crafted out things and worked for each other. And there's still, you know, he said there was a sting in the tail, and he's right.
Hignett gets it forward. Marsden. Jeffers bundled over. Marsden playing it forward. Armstrong hitting it wide to Cavaco. Now it's Bennett. Marsden. It was really Juninho got in there doing a defender's job. Fester playing it for Emerson. Well, that was some good work again there by Andy Much.
Excellent defending for a forward, that.
And now it's Much right forward here, look. Goal kick.
That's a nightmare for a forward. You've just run back 40 yards to get a tackle, and the next thing you have to run into the corner flag. And he'll be just, he's in his 30s now, and he'll just be having one of those, Brian, you know.
Taken back there to Neil Cox. Down the line for Mikkel Beck. Ravanelli and Hignett waiting. Just looking to steer it this way though to Curtis Fleming. Juninho's ahead of him, and so is Ravanelli. Now Juninho. Armstrong, but headed down nicely that time by Luca. Gianluca Festa rather. Emerson. Blackburn. Taken away from him, it's Tom Bennett. Cavaco. Bennett. Go after that, he says to Cavaco. Keeper's coming out.
Still looking at Cavaco, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, I heard a little bit about him and he's a good player and that, but we haven't seen anything so far, either at Edgeley Park in the first leg or here tonight, that's convinced me that he's able to step up. But I mean, he may, again, be capable of producing it. He just hasn't in the games that we've seen.
Schwarzer playing it with a good deal of nerve across his goal there to his skipper, Nigel Pearson, and here's Emerson. There was a whole curtain of blue there preventing Emerson getting that ball through. And now Armstrong on the far side. They've kept up a terrific pace, Stockport. Their work rate has been phenomenal right through this game. Cavaco, half winning it in the air, but gives much a little bit of encouragement. Played inside again. Bennett. And knocked back by Cox to his goalkeeper, Schwarzer.
Good defending there from Cox, very cool, very experienced, and just taking the heat out of the situation.
Lynn with the header.
I just wonder, Brian, if Dave Jones is thinking about throwing Brett Angel on and saying, hold on, you know, we've got to go even more at the jugular here if we're going to get something out of this game. I mean, it could be the downfall of them, but what have they got to lose? And I'm sure that's going through his mind now. How long do I leave it before I bring another forward on?
Maybe a quarter of an hour to go. But Angel is on the bench, a man who's got 18 goals this season, suffering a little bit from a virus. Oh, that's given away. Blackmore to Juninho. Shot charged down though by Connolly. Marsden. Surely isn't obstruction by Emerson, quite right. Free kick to Stockport.
Don't wish it on him, but I know a few referees who might have brandished a yellow card at him there, because there was no attempt really to get the ball.
Oh, that's some good play here. Armstrong looking to finish it off. But Middlesbrough get it away again. Juninho had no chance with that. Play back again. Todd's right in there. These fullbacks do get forward. Oh, and a chance now! Oh, a great save by Schwarzer. And Cavaco could have certainly taken this game much closer to extra time.
Not could have, should have, Brian. What a chance this is, and it's fallen to the one man whose confidence is not sky high, but doesn't the keeper spread himself well? It's a Schmeichel save, that, for me.
Actually, it was a despairing leg that was thrust out by the keeper there that actually saved Middlesbrough.
Pat Jennings, it reminds me of. Festa makes a mistake here.
Festa's a bad mistake.
Look at this.
And he's gone and just flings his foot up and makes the clearance.
Yeah, not so much a bad miss as a great save, really, because goalkeepers have got to... You know, the odds were against Schwarzer there, and he came out with the ball. Well done.
Blackmore. Juninho. Juninho. Oh, that's a great save. That was a wonderful bit of skill by the little Brazilian. Found his way through there with a superb little run, and then a good powerful shot. And look at this for a spreading save that puts it away for the corner. Kevin.
Just a great save, great piece of play from Juninho, but doesn't he take it early, which is what really nearly caught the keeper out.
Not a good corner. Here's Juninho again. He's going to take the ball on. Okay.
Yeah, he's always looked the one likely to produce something for Middlesbrough tonight, and nothing's changed in the second half. He's been a little bit quieter, he hasn't been as involved, but it's a tremendous run. He tries again here, you know, he's running at people, committing people, and he's never scared to have a bash, is he? I mean, he's pint-sized really, but he does pack a good shot for his size. I mean, I wouldn't say he's got the strongest shot in the world, but he scores goals, Brian.
Todd getting it away only as far as Hignett. Jeffers on that far side. Comes now to Bennett. Jeffers again up to Marsden. Turned well, and Marsden wasn't happy with that challenge by Cox. The referee, I think, might be offering Cox a yellow card for that challenge. Oh yes, indeed.
I suppose it's not that much worse than the one that Marsden did on the keeper, to be fair, but he's had to take a stand now because there's one or two little niggly ones going in, and unfortunately Cox is the one who's done the foul at the wrong time, but it's a bookable offence under the rules. He's quite right to book him, Mr. Jones.
So here's Lee Todd. He's excellent left back for Stockport County. Driving the ball there. Ravanelli's going to get behind this one. Middlesbrough get away. It could be a counter-attack on here. Beck's chasing. Oh, Ravanelli's gone down right in front of the linesman's face. Was that a challenge there by Dinning? At any rate, Emerson. At the corner by eye, I saw Ravanelli falling to the ground, and he's still down.
I saw it as clear as day. Tony Dinning slashed his legs from underneath him off the ball. As Ravanelli was trying to go by. I mean, if the linesman's seen it,
and I can't, be a red card.
I can't believe he hasn't.
Here we go. Here we go.
Watch this now. He'll just slash at him.
Oh yeah, that's off the field.
Well, look at the linesman. He hasn't really gone and waved his flag. I think.
Well, they're talking now. The referee and linesman are talking now, Kevin.
Yeah.
Now, do you say that a red card?
Well, I suppose yes, under the rules, but I don't know how much the linesman saw of it. He was sort of just stood there. He's actually looking now as if he doesn't know what player
know who it is. I tell you what, I have to say the Stockport County numbers are not the most easily read that you'll find.
You could find him booking the wrong player here. Bennett looks like Dinning, but it's definitely Tony Dinning.
He's got Bennett now, it's not Bennett.
They don't know who it is, but this is why when people talk about getting video evidence, we can tell them who it is.
It's Dinning who's being called.
Yeah, so he's got a booking.
He's certainly at the very least got a booking.
He may have to send him off under the rules, but I don't think the linesman who was, or the referee.
Yes, he's sending him off. He's off the field. He had to go. There's no doubt about it. And he's having a row and words with Ravanelli as he went across there.
I'll tell you why he's doing that, Brian, because Ravanelli was pulling at his shirt first, but the reaction he did is unprofessional. But you watch, Ravanelli's pulling it in. Look, stopping him running. There you go.
Yeah.
Now watch what he does. And you can't do that.
No, it's a silly thing to do. So Dinning has gone. Stockport are down to 10. Ravanelli is still on the field. And Middlesbrough at the moment is still on course with a quarter of an hour left to go to Wembley for the first time. And it looks as though two substitutions are being made now by Stockport County. Jim Gannon, the defender's coming on, and Brett Angel. But not just for the moment. It's all disarray here at the moment. But what we know is that Stockport are down to 10.
What a shame that is, Brian, because they've really given Middlesbrough a fright here tonight, and possibly could have done for another 15 minutes. You can't possibly see them with 10 men getting out of this fixture, you know, by advancing into the final. But it's just a shame, and it was out of nothing really. It's not been a dirty game. There's been one or two little incidents that have deserved yellow cards, and quite rightly been given them by Peter Jones.
Well, Cavaco and Much have come off, and Gannon and Angel have come on.
What's amazed me tonight is how well Stockport have coped with the threat of Ravanelli and Beck, who I think are a difficult pair to mark out the game, but they've managed to do it.
Now Todd. Emerson. It's a free kick to Middlesbrough. Festa. Gannon will let it go, and Paul Jones comes out and makes the clearance. Gannon again. Free kick given quickly to Stockport County. Marsden. Crowd here tonight is 29,633.
And they've enjoyed it. Those 2,000-3,000 whatever from Stockport have really enjoyed this. I mean, they'll be disappointed to see them down to 10 men, but you know, football being the game it is, the Stockport players have still got to believe they can get something out of this.
I know there was provocation from Ravanelli, but you just can't go around in front of a linesman as well. You cannot go around kicking people in the way that Dinning did.
No, but what often happens in football, it's much worse to retaliate than be. I mean, probably the first sin was by Ravanelli, just a simple brush, the sort of thing that happens. But Dinning's reaction, you know, and I know Tony. I mean, he was at Newcastle. I sent him on a free transfer there, and he's done very, very well.
Ignatz. Blackmore. Oh, great save again.
He's played well, this goalkeeper, hasn't he? In both legs.
He's played well all season. He's played well all season for them.
I remember him making some great saves from penalties against somebody in a Coca-Cola Cup tie. I can't remember who it was, but he's a great shot stopper, as he proves again here. Ignatz again, good powerful shot, difficult area for a keeper to get to, and he made it look easy, really.
Tony Dinning's been having a word downstairs with Gary Newborn. Apparently he says he feels that Ravanelli was pulling his shirt and made too much of it, and is very, very disappointed about the whole thing.
He won't be as disappointed as his manager, I can assure him of that.
No, exactly. Marsden, that's a good left ball for Armstrong. Couldn't quite gather it up and get a shot in, but Middlesbrough were worried there.
Yeah, he's looking for number 13. Great ball from Marsden. It picks him out between two defenders, and he just has to reach here.
Good jump again by Flynn. Marsden putting it forward again, up to Fred Angel. Todd. Good little header there for Jeffers. And Todd has taken the position down that left-hand side. There we go.
Good strength, good professionalism there from Cox. He knew he just had to lean on him. He's got the size advantage and the weight advantage, and he's having a laugh with him there. And that's the spirit I think has been played in tonight. I mean, we end up with a red card for something silly. We could have had another player sent off, but it's been a good game, played in the right spirit.
It means now Middlesbrough, if it stays this way, are just 10 minutes away from their first ever appearance in a major cup final at Wembley. of the great old players who graced this club, like the Wilf Manions and the George Hardwicks and the Brian Cloughs. They've never got there before.
Hey, Brian, we did do.
Now Emerson. Middlesbrough still leading 2-1 on aggregate. Stockport winning 1-0 here tonight. Juninho into Ravanelli, touched by him. Ignatz there, Beck's waiting in the box.
Difficult for Craig Ignatz. He keeps finding himself out playing wide, and he's much better. His ideal position is just in behind the front two, and of course that's Juninho's position now, and he's had to compromise to get in the side, and it shows sometimes, but he's never short of effort, is he? He's a willing lad who wants to just be in the side.
What about this? Juninho, but it's charged down by Marsden. There's Gannon. Emerson now. Towards Beck, knocked back very confidently indeed by the skipper Mike Flynn, and the goalkeeper Paul Jones. Emerson, Juninho, behind Cox. Juninho gets another chance. No, he doesn't. Angel chasing in here. Up to Juninho, the dummy that didn't fool Connolly, the goal scorer. Connolly lifting it forwards. Kester under a lot of pressure that time from Armstrong. Back there getting it clear. Up towards Ravanelli, but Todd just refused to allow that ball to get through to Ravanelli. Cox again. Last 7 minutes or so, and still they can't find a way through, but now maybe as Juninho. Beck's waiting in the middle, but so too was Mike Flynn.
Yeah, Beck and Ravanelli have found space really hard to come by in that Stockport penalty area whenever Middlesbrough have got forward, but it's Juninho again who's the one likely to have the key that's going to open them up.
Beck from Juninho. Ravanelli's waiting in the middle. Juninho's in there, getting it long towards Beck. Ravanelli will look to try and retrieve it. No, it'll be a throw to Middlesbrough. Cox with it. Neil Cox again. Jeffers with the clearance. Only as far as Emerson.
He's just not had it going for him tonight, has he? I mean, I'm a big fan of Emerson's, but the Emerson we're seeing tonight is really just a pale shadow of the one we know. You know, he's not really contributed that much, and he's found it difficult to make any contribution at all. No excuse with the weather. This is a very nice night for the North East. Can't blame that. You know, you could be almost on the top of the ladder here.
Yeah, almost. 5.5 minutes left. And at the moment, it looks like Middlesbrough against Leicester in the Coca-Cola Cup final. Emerson. What a battle they put up. Stockport as Juninho tries to find Ravanelli again. By that time it was Gannon who got in the way.
Yeah, we said down at Edgeley Park for a long time they were a real credit to the division they've come from. I mean, they're second division side. There's 2 divisions between these sides, and again tonight even more so.
Absolutely,
they've shown the division to be capable of playing good football, playing at a good pace. And they've got the fighting spirit that you need to win cup ties as well.
I mean, look at this little passing movement now between Bennett, Jeffers and Todd, and now Jeffers finding Todd. Excellent. Yeah. Good surface to play on, and they're taking full advantage of it. from Jeffers now. Armstrong playing it wide for Jeffers again. Pearson. Still Stockport with 10 men, still pressing Middlesbrough, looking for this second goal. And Emerson gets it clear. Juninho. So far these outstanding players from Brazil and from Italy and from Denmark have been denied, but here's Beck. Across the face of the goal, and just Ravanelli kicks the goalpost in anguish and in frustration.
That's the best shot he's had tonight, but he's right. Great little ball from Juninho. And Beck really does it. It's neither a shot nor a cross in the end. I suppose he's shooting, but Ravanelli's going mad
Ravanelli
at
just
him.
goes on and kicks the post.
He's hurt his foot. He'd probably be out for 3 weeks, Brian. He'd give it a right old whack, didn't he? But he's right. I think Beck, if he hits the target and scores, you say well done. But look at him, he's livid. Don't know what language he's speaking.
So Jeffers coming off, and the Canadian Martin Nash coming on. Plays down the flank, so it's like for like. There's his first touch. 3 minutes left. Stockport again. They're such bonny fighters, they're not going to give it in even with a couple of minutes left. A goal down on aggregate and down to 10 men. Todd gets the cross in. It's not a bad one, just floating over the crossbar. Fred Angel was right in there.
And that was the sort of ball that he's lived off all his career, but unfortunately it's about the first bad ball that young Todd's done, or middle-aged Todd as he is.
The header to Beck. Now Blackmore. Hignett. Beck. Ravanelli. And once again, Stockport get it away. Connolly playing it down the line here to Fred Angel. Blackmore. Oh, Juninho. Thanks a lot, he says. And Ravanelli denied at the very last again. Jones comes along, picks it up. Ravanelli in turn is picked up by Todd.
Robbo's going to Wembley, it looks like, and he's no stranger to Wembley, is he, Brian? Been there a lot of times, but for some of his players it'll be a great day out, and you know, Leicester won't be easy as they proved last night. They played very, very well down at Wimbledon. Not an easy place to go to. And two sets of supporters who will give it a tremendous atmosphere, to be fair.
That's right. But it will continue to be a real bittersweet season for Middlesbrough. Bottom of the First Division, but through to Wembley once and looking to get through to the final of the FA Cup as well. But now they get a free kick. And it looks as though Brian Robson, one of England's great captains and a Manchester United man and captain there, will lead his team out at Wembley. Ravanelli driving that into the Stockport wall. But for all that, Stockport were right. They did have a sting in the tail when everybody thought they were going to be dead and coming here just for the ride. Juninho trying to get away again. No, the referee's pulled it back. It'll be a free kick instead.
I think Nash was trying to change shirts with him before the game's finished there.
Yeah, I think he got a bang in the eye. So Middlesbrough's free kick.
Didn't complain though, Brian, did he? Just got on with it, didn't make a meal of it. Excellent little professional, this guy.
Festa. Blackmore. Beck in a bit of space. Ravanelli is waiting in the middle there. Fleming, Blackmore, referee looks at the watch. Time added on, as you can see. The last few seconds of this Coca-Cola Cup semi-final. And Middlesbrough can start making their Wembley preparations. They can indeed now. They've lost on the night, but they've won on aggregate. And Brian Robson's side goes to Wembley the first time a Middlesbrough side has been in a major final. And my goodness, what a scare they were given by second division Stockport County. Here's the goal scored there in the 6th minute of the game by Sean Connolly that brought such joy to all the Stockport fans. They just couldn't add to it. They had Tony Dinning sent off, and they defended superbly against the Ravanellis and Juninhos, the Emersons and the Becks of this world, and came out of it with an enormous amount of credit. So the final score in this Coca-Cola Cup semi-final, Middlesbrough 0, Stockport County 1 on the night, but Middlesbrough victors by 2-1 on aggregate. They go through to face Leicester City at Wembley.
I can't believe you can say that to me. Here, now, when I'm vulnerable.
Only Cellnet let you make and receive calls throughout North America.
Thousands of miles away from home. For pity's sake, Helen. You're my wife. It can't be true.
I'm sorry, Jack. It is true. Middlesbrough 3, United 1.
Out of the cup to flipping Middlesbrough.
Call Cellnet to buy or hire a US-compatible mobile before you go.
I work for Royal London. I come from round here, so I know these people really well. And because I know them better, I can advise them better.
Royal London Insurance.
What skill? What control?
Pull it, pull it, pull it.
Come on, guys, give me a break.
It's him. Pull it.
What's the matter? Too good for you?
Well, M&M's, I must admit, you got a lot of class. I love your team colors, and that 1-2 between peanut and chocolate. Fantastic.
So what's wrong?
Yeah, what's wrong?
It's those stupid wigs.
Wigs? What wigs?
Oh, you spotted them then.
God, he's rude.
It's pronounced Rudd, isn't it?
The world of haute couture is constantly challenging. One always tries to be at the cutting edge of design.
My business bocker was an instant classic, but these days my inspiration comes literally straight off the street.
The Worthington Commission was a marvellous opportunity, and to allow full enjoyment of the velvety smooth dream of a pint, the fit had to be loose.
But above all, these are real clothes for real people to, in reality, wear in the real world, really.
My models adore the clothes, and I'd feel so mean taking them back.
Excuse me, think your disposable razor shaves as comfortably as his Gillette Centre XL?
Yeah.
Well, try Centre XL. It'll change your mind. After one shave with Centre XL, we bet you don't go back. Because only Centre XL has protective microfins for extra comfort.
Whoa.
And self-adjusting blades for extra closeness. Disposables don't, and Centre XL gives more shaves per blade than any disposable.
Excuse me?
Take the Centre XL challenge. Bet you don't go back to disposables.
Hey, I want my Centre XL back. Hey.
As a doctor, you need to know when to use patience and when to use speed. The V70 is all about composure. This environment is always testing your abilities. This car saves lives, and it helps me save lives.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm
People have been relying on Royal Liver since 1850.
That's why today, for savings, pensions and insurance, you can just lean on the Liver.
Welcome back. It'll be a Middlesbrough-Leicester Coca-Cola Cup final. Stockport went out tonight, but they went out in style, Jim. I mean, at least they won the match.
Yeah,
I won the battle, but not the war.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was writing them off before the game, and to be honest, I mean, I didn't really fancy their chances. Nobody did. And to go up there and win 1-0 and be very unlucky not to actually force it to extra time. I mean, they had that great chance in the second half. That needed to be taken. I'm sure Dave Jones said, if you get a chance, it's got to go in. It didn't.
That was the moment, Joe, wasn't it? If they were going to do it, it was going to be when Cavaco got himself one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Well, with Juninho having missed an early chance, and then all of a sudden there's this little chance here. Fester's a bit sloppy, and, well, he's got to give it Timpson's. He's got to break the net or be really clinical, and he does neither. The keeper does really well, but I'm sure that the lad will have nightmares about that for a long, long time to come.
It wasn't really his night tonight, was it, Cavaco? He never really got into the game. He didn't see too much of the ball, and when it came, I mean, he's tried to pick his spot. I suppose we should give the goalkeeper the credit, because he was going one way and he left his leg there and knocked it away.
But to put the second half into perspective, I mean, Paul Jones, the Stockport goalkeeper, I mean, he had to work and worked hard and worked well too.
He's been very impressive whenever I've seen him this year, and his shot stopping's excellence. He has a great presence in the goal there, and you can tell there that they have great confidence in him, because the lads had no hesitation. Little left back, who's defending very, very well again, has just cushioned it back into his hands. No, he was a giant tonight for them.
What about Juninho, Jim? What was your impression of him?
Well, I mean, he was Middlesbrough's best player, and he was the only real threat on the whole 90 minutes to Stockport. He was the one we said at half-time they had to get closer to. He had a couple of flashes that shot like we saw just there in the second half. On the whole, I think Stockport handled him reasonably well, but nobody else really shone for Middlesbrough apart from him.
Was his chance, though, we were going to say it now, Joe, was this chance better than Cavaco's, do you think?
Yeah, another mistake like Festa. Mike Flynn, it's a bad header. And, I mean, if he keeps this down and goes for either corner, it's in. I mean, it's easy sitting here saying it. He's just gone for the little lob over him, and as Kevin said in the commentary, got too much on it. But Mike Flynn, I don't know what he was doing there, trying to head it goalwards, and you would have expected him to score.
I think he's a world-class player, but he's not always a world-class finisher. And you see there's a lot of his runs end in him not finishing as well as you would expect. But he was a threat tonight. He wasn't a one-man team, but near enough it.
So if you'd been down from wherever and watching that game, you wouldn't have thought there were two divisions difference between them.
No, there was no great chasm between them, but you have to say on the night also that Middlesbrough had more chances. But Stockport amazed with tremendous credit. Credit to the division, the way that they play, and Dave Jones must be delighted with them. Very sad losing in the semi-final. They've got to lift themselves now and get on with the league.
I think that's the one thing I'll remember from their run in this competition as well, when they played West Ham, Southampton, Blackburn, and of course tonight against Middlesbrough. That you could say that. You wondered at times who was the Premiership team, and Dave Jones and his boys have been fantastic.
Because they could still get to Wembley. I know it's not quite the same, but the Order Windshield Screen is a big competition for the lower division clubs, but it's a great day out for them, and they're in the Northern final against Carlisle, so they could still get there, Joe. Well, it is a big.
I think I mean, Dave Jones was telling me
it's not the same. I'm not saying it's the same, but it would still be a great day out for the Stockport fans, and not only the fans, the team and everyone connected with the club would deserve a nice day out.
I think they'll go for it now. But the funny thing, the ironic thing about it is, they were having so many games with their cup runs that Dave Jones sent his team out against Burnley, which was a reserve team, and he thought maybe this is going to end, you know, the run in this competition. And the reserve team won 1-0 at Burnley that night, and now I think he'll be glad of it, because I think they'll want to win it now.
Right, well, the one black spot on the night, Joe, was the sending off of Tony Dinning.
Yeah, I think first and foremost we've got to say that the lad has been very silly, reacted to a bit of gamesmanship from Ravanelli, pulling his shirt initially, and has stuck a foot out and tripped the lad.
Now, I mean, whatever he did, he certainly didn't. I mean, Ravanelli, look, well, hang on. Ravanelli's gone down like he's been hit with a sledgehammer. No, was he trying to get him sent off?
I think he was. I honestly do. And I mean, the crowd might have to play a part in it as well. But I think it depends really on what the linesman has communicated to the referee. If the linesman's seen it at the corner of his eye and said he took him out and left it at that, then the referee's going to think, oh, well, he's got to go. But I mean, for me, I thought that was a disgraceful decision. It's a little flick. It's a trip. And Ravanelli's gone down as if, as Joe said as we were watching it, the sniper got him. Terrible decision.
OK, well, just before we go, let's check on the other results tonight. In the key Premiership, Leeds 0, Southampton 0. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Sunderland 1, and West Ham 3, Chelsea 2. And the Nationwide League Division 1, QPR 0, Reading 2. And in Division 2, Wrexham 2, Luton Town 1. And both Wrexham goals rather scored by Gary Bennett. Just a reminder, the footy show is on Monday. That's at 6:30, following Granada tonight. And you'll enjoy that with all the nationwide action. Preceded, of course, with Jim and myself on Granada tonight with the Premiership, and also this week the Rugby League, the Super League. Jim's looking forward to that. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us, Jim. Joe especially, special guest tonight. It's been a very enjoyable evening. Pity they couldn't get there, wasn't it? But, yeah, well, they certainly gave it their best shot, and you can't ask for more than that. Good night to you all. Bye-bye.
Ähnliche Muster organisiert worden wie die Jugendarbeit in der Hitlerjugend. Und das hat natürlich dazu geführt, dass auch das Singen, die Musik und die Lieder nicht unähnlich waren. Ich denke, die Merkmale der Qualität musikalischer Strukturen in einem Lied sind ganz ähnlich. Sie können sich nicht von heute auf morgen verändern. Und ich möchte als Beispiel nennen die Nationalhymne der ehemaligen DDR, die ja von hervorragender musikalischer und textlicher Qualität war. Die ist besser